Hey, it's Mr. Schwartel, and we're going to talk about multiplying decimals by whole numbers in this video. And I'm going to quickly just do one problem using two different strategies. So I'm going to use the standard form or standard algorithm, which I think is what many of us, and I won't say who are older, but might have gone to school in the past, are used to. And then what I enjoy is the area model, which some of your kids might be a little bit more comfortable with. But I'm going to just show you two strategies so that you and your student can be comfortable with both. So the thing to know or to pay attention to when we are multiplying in the standard form is how many place values to the right of the decimal you have. So in this problem we have 1, 2 to the right. So right here is our hundredths place. This is our tenths place. And then we're just going to multiply like we would any whole number, right? Or any other multiplication problem. So 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 6 is 24. We're going to place that 4 there, and we're going to put that, regroup that 2. And then 4 times 3 is 12, plus 2 is 14. Now I'm going to have you write this number and place the decimal point last, right? Because a lot of kids and a lot of adults actually get caught up with dropping the decimal point, and it's not always going to end up in the right place. So if we remember, we were two place values to the right of the decimal point. That's how many decimal places from the right we're going to count back. Okay? So we had 2 to the right up here, and we're going to count 2 to the left down here. So we've got 1, 2. Right? So we see the pattern or the relationship between those. Right? If I were to just have one decimal point or place value, one place value to the right, I would only count one place value, excuse me, one place value to the left. Okay? So that's in standard form. Over here, we're going to put our 4 on the side, 3. I like to place a decimal point there to let me know, 6, and 2. Okay? So this is just regular whole number, right? So 3 times 4 is 12. 4 times 6. Here we're multiplying a whole number by a tenth, so we're going to get 24. However, when we multiply a whole number by a tenth, we have to have a place value that goes to, an answer that goes to the tenths place. So in this case, we're going to put our decimal between, right, and we're going to have 2 and 4 tenths, right? So anytime a whole number by a tenth, the answer has to go to the tenths place. And then 4 times 2 is 8. But here we're multiplying a whole number by a hundredths, so if we notice the pattern, this is going to have to go to the hundredths place. Now, to make it go to the hundredths place, you are going to need to put a 0 in front of that and then place your decimal, right? So you've got a 0 in your tenths place and a 8 in your hundredths place. Now it's very important that they put that 0 there, because if you take it away, you have 8 tenths, which is going to give them the wrong answer, obviously, right? So make sure that you have that 0, and anytime you multiply a whole number times a hundredths place, you're going to end up with a number or a product that goes to the hundredths place. And then we're just going to add these up. If you remember from my earlier video, I just like to put the zeros in because it helps the students kind of line up their place values, right? You're just going to add them. So 8, 4. Here you just drop that decimal point. 2 plus 2 is 4. And 1. Right? So you see two different strategies. Same answer. 14 and 48 hundredths. I personally prefer the area model. I think it is a little bit easier and user-friendly, but if you obviously, or your child is obviously comfortable with the standard algorithm, they can use that as well, and I hope that this helped. Thanks.